Give me the microphone.
Order me, you'll have your moment.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Protect my minutes.
Proceed, Owen Mbaya, proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to state this, that as we read Article 37, we should never read it selectively. Because Article 37 is very clear. It says every person has the right, peaceably and unarmed, peaceably and unarmed, to picket, demonstrate. But what we saw on the 20th was an army that was invading Nairobi. People who are in military fatigue, who are camouflaging themselves, not as demonstrators, not as picketers, but people whose only intention was to go to State House and evict the President of this Republic of Kenya. And that, by dint of that speech, by whoever made it, those people that are economic saboteurs in this country, that they want to go and evict a sitting president who has been elected and put in office by this constitution, I want to tell you that whoever wants to do that, it will not happen in this country, because the police will protect the President of the Republic of Kenya. And that's what they did that day. Peaceably, Mr. Speaker, we saw people carrying stones and throwing stones at the police. We saw that in Kibra. We saw that in other parts of this country. Those are not peaceable demonstrators as expected by the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, we saw people who were armed and were approaching the police. The police were there stationed to ensure that they give people an opportunity to do their picketing well. And the president said it very well. Whoever wants to do picketing, whoever wants to do demonstration should call the police officers, sit down, have a plan on how that demonstration was going to be done. That's what the president said. But we didn't see the organizers of the demonstration do that. What they did is they gathered themselves, put in some new military uniform in this country, and come out and say now they want to overthrow this government. Mr. Speaker, the police are here to ensure they maintain peace. One of the things to maintain peace is to protect the democratic rights of Kenyans and to ensure the democratic rights of Kenyans enshrined in this constitution are protected. And one of them is to protect the sovereign. And therefore, the police were protecting the sovereignty of this nation against people whose only idea is that they can never lose an election. Every time they lose an election, they think that the election has been stolen. That these same people, that they want to hold this country every year at ransom. That after every 5 years, they must cause chaos for them to be heard. This president has made it very clear. They can make the noise, they can do the demonstration, but there will be no handshake. And if they can't hear me now, they will hear me later, because I will still say the same thing. There will be no handshake. Honorable Speaker, they destroyed property in this CBD. A few people who are charged by the inciting speeches that had been made, by people who know nothing else in this country apart from inciting the publics. They destroyed property here. We saw a group of young people pull out a rail and throw it on the road. We saw a group of young people pelt buildings in this. We saw a group of people who wanted to attack the Supreme Court here. What were the police supposed to do? To stop it. How do they stop it? They stop it the best way they can. But what happens to the economy of this country? Today, the tourists that were in Malindi, that were in Kilifi, left. They went back. And they said this country, they can never come to this country. We lost revenue. In Malindi, in Watamu, in the coast region, we lost revenue.